Hello, welcome to Wilco Whites. I'm Sean. Please like and subscribe. That would be fantastic. There it is on the screen. Champions, ole, 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 2025. We did it. We made hard work of it, but we did it. I'm still slightly recovering from Plymouth. I will not lie. It was a blast. Absolute scenes down there in Plymouth. Last gasp goal from Solomon to seal the 2-1 win to win the league. Absolute madness. Absolute madness. It couldn't have gone any better. It really couldn't. I think the late goal just added to the emotion, the excitement. I literally said 30 seconds before that goal, it's over, we're done, it's over. But we're still promoted. And then we go, boom. Solomon gets the goal, and it just erupted. So I wanted to do an end of season review. Let's, look at the season in a whole, because it has been a fantastic season. Nobody, I mean, did we think we'd get 100 points? Some of us, yes. It could have been more. That's what a crazy season. The goals scored. Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. But let's go right back to the beginning. Beginning of the season, again, players sold. Bit of turmoil there. Somerville were always going to go. Archie had to be sold, and for financial reasons, which was a shame. Nobody saw Rutter getting sold. We all thought he'd be here for this season. It was a bit of a blow, especially the Rutter one, to the squad. Sales of Kamara, Charlie Cresswell, Shackleton going, Christensen sneaking out of the back door on loan again. It would have hit that we wasn't expecting, especially the Rutter and Archie Gray. It came out of the blue as well, didn't it? But again, it needed to be done. Questions were asked, but we brought in some good players. Schmidt, Tanaka. Wow, got him 4 million. Loan player for Solomon. Loan player Solomon. Premier League player Ramazani. We know how good he is. Then we recruited well with Bogle, Rothwell, inexperienced with Southampton last season. Signed Rodon on a permanent. And then we got him like Cairns, just to bolster the squad. So we recruited really well from the players we lost. We had to, and I actually think we did. And I actually, looking at it, the players we brought in give us a better squad than we had last season, which we needed. That strength in depth. Also, we give contract extensions to Sam Byram, another 12 months, and signed Willie Nonto up to a longer deal until 2028, which was great to see. Fixtures-wise, so Portsmouth, the first game at home, it was going so well, wasn't it? But then it looked like we were going to lose 3-2. It wasn't going our way until Brendan Harrison stepped up with that late equaliser. We then had 0-0 frustrating draw at West Brom. A drab game, wasn't it? But then picked up good wins against Sheffield Wednesday and Hull before losing out to Burnley at home in it was a Solomon mistake, wasn't it? But in hindsight, I think we should have won that game, but it didn't hinder us much. We then had good wins at Cardiff, Coventry, drawing at Norwich. There were then the Sunderland 2-2 at Sunderland. Again, we should have won that 2-1. Mistakes from Melier, allowing a Firpo header to go in. 2 points dropped there massively. There was the Bristol City game, ball draw down there. I went to that one as well. And there were the 4-3 Swansea. Late goal from Willie Nonto. What a game that was. Absolute, that was a great game. They scored late. We scored even later. Willie Nonto there, stepping in. We then lost to Blackburn, 1-0. It would have. It wasn't his best game. It wasn't his best game, but it made us go on to on a 17 game unbeaten run. Then, I mean, after that Blackburn result, we were all disappointed, but then we went on that magnificent 17 games unbeaten run. I mean, some great games there. Middlesbrough 3-1. There was the 3-3 draw with Hull again. Another mistake by Melier. Points dropped, but there weren't losses, which was key. You know, even a 0-0 with Burnley, there wasn't points dropped. These draws they were important towards the end of the season. As much as we were disappointed at the time, there was the 7-0 Cardiff win. Wow. Again, I don't normally do it, but I left on the bloody 80th minute, 10 minutes to go, and we scored another 2 goals. I think we were winning 5-0 at that point. There was a away performance at Watford, beating Watford 4-0. Sunderland win at home 2-1. Pascal Stroit scored in them 2 goals, late goals. I mean, wow, scenes. Then went on to beat Sheffield United 3-1. They were the important games, and we stepped up. We really stepped up. We then drew 1-1 at West Brom, and then lost to Portsmouth, which ended the 17 game running an unbeaten run. That's when the blip started, didn't it? I mean, we had a win at Millwall, but then there were the QPR draw, Swansea and Luton draws. Coming towards that back end of the season, there wasn't losses, but there were points dropped that we couldn't afford to at that time. You know, Burnley weren't going away, Sheffield United weren't going away, and we dropped down into third, didn't we, in the table? Questions were asked about Daniel Farke, squad rotation, not playing Ramazani, playing players that looked dead on the feet. It was panic, but we did panic because there was so much at stake. Farke, he stayed calm. He stayed calm, and we said it before, calmest man in the room. You know, he said 100% we'll be in the Premier League next season, and he was right. He'd been here before, and he just didn't panic. And, you know, then we saw Wilder losing his head, and it was them that panicked, and the heads went while we all stayed calm and believed in the ability in this squad. We then went on a final 6 games. We won all 6 games. Middlesbrough, Preston, Oxford, Stoke 6-0, Bristol City 4-0, and then obviously the final 2-1 win at Plymouth to seal the championship. But it was important that we did stay calm. You know, while all us fans did lose their heads, again, Daniel Farke, his experience in the championship and getting promotion, it shone through, and you can't argue much about some of the decisions he's made, because at the end of the day, he's been proven right in everything he's done. There were obviously question marks on the Melier situation. He should have been dropped Melier sooner. Again, if you hadn't let them goals in, that's another 6 points. Would have finished 106. Bringing Carl Darlow in was with a breath of fresh air. It really was, and it just calmed everybody down for me. I think it was one of the biggest decisions of the season, bringing Carl Darlow in, calmed the defence down, and it was the right call. But again, it should have been sooner. So the final table. Played 46, won 29, drawn 13, lost 4 all season. 95 goals scored, only conceding 30. 100-point total, breaking all records there. 100 points, goals scored in a season. You know, absolute phenomenal. And I couldn't have asked for any more. But again, you could say, well, we should have had 110 points. Now, that would have been fantastic. And yes, without their mistakes, we could have done. But it wasn't needed. Burnley, fair play to Burnley, took us all the way. took us to the last minute. They won 3-1 their last game of the season, and it was so close. It was so close. Looking at the players, I mean, the stats for the players, it stand out. Pirro, 19 goals, 7 assists. Solomon, 10 goals, 12 assists. James, 12 goals, 9 assists. Dan James, player of the season. Billy Nonto, 9 goals, 6 assists. Firpo, 4 goals, 10 assists for Junior Firpo. Picking up the man of the match 6 times did Junior Firpo this season, highest out of the squad. In Brendan Aronson, 9 goals, 2 assists. Bogle, what a fantastic season he's had. Best right back in the league. Can he kick on? Premier League, I think he can. 6 goals, 4 assists, man of the match 3 times. Even Ramazani, 6 goals, 2 assists. He only played 782 minutes. You imagine if he'd have been used a little bit more, I think he'd have been on 20 G&A easy. Tanaka, signing of the season. What an absolute fantastic player. He's definitely got the quality for the Premier League. 5 goals, 2 assists. I can't wait. I'm so looking forward to next season now. We'll move on to next season now. Obviously, players are going to be sold, and you're going to see the likes of, Melia maybe going. Joffrey's going to go. Bamford should go. Do we keep Sam Byram and Gillivogie? I mean, he came in, didn't he, January, and he's been good for the squad. I'm not saying he didn't play much, and what we did see of him wasn't fantastic, but he gave us that experience, and he's obviously going to be released. It's going to be an interesting one. Who we sign, who we sell. I think who we sell is going to be interesting. There's going to be bids for our players. Do we need to sell? There's maybe we need to. Do we keep Rothwell? I'm not so sure. But the recruitment's been spot on this season by the 49ers, and I think it's for the past 2 seasons it's been spot on, and I've got 110% confidence in the ownership that they will get signings right this season. And it's key. Recruitment is key. We've got the money, 100 million plus. Parag said we're going to spend as much as we can on recruitment, but we've got to get the right type of player in. We've got to get some Premier League experience in the squad that we're lacking. Positions, we need goalkeepers. The goalkeeper, looks like a left back, maybe 2 if Firpo goes. Stronger midfielder is needed. New centre back is needed. 10 striker. If we don't sign Solomon, do we need another winger, or is it Ramazani's time to shine? We do need to bolster the squad. We had a small squad, which Farker likes to go with a smaller squad, but we've got to have a bigger squad, and it's good to see Parag's got confidence in Daniel Farker. And there's questions got to be asked about Daniel Farker for next season tactically. I'm not saying he shouldn't be given the chance. He should. He deserves it. Any manager that gets 100 points, gets you promoted, deserves it. And it looks like they're going to back him. And that's good to see. It's squashed all the rumours, hasn't it? And I've been leaving and then replacing him. They are going to back him, but Daniel Farker's got to get his tactics right. We're going to have to be flexible with his tactics. We're going to need players who can come in and play different systems in different games. And this is probably why we need 2 in every position. You could even say we might need another right back, although I think Schmidt is ample cover there for Bogle. Keeper I've touched on. Do we keep Melier? Do we sell him? I think we should sell him and get some profit off him. I think Caldala will be a fine number 2. And, you know, or do we keep Melier as the number 2 and Darlow as the 3 and we get a good experienced goalkeeper? I would like to see a more experienced older head in there. For me, I know we would like to have Trafford and Cooper from Burnley and Sheffield United, but for me, I'd want someone a bit more experienced and a bit more about them. We do need a main defender now. We need a top quality defender. Question marks on Pascal Struijk, although listen, he's done well for Leeds United. He didn't have the best of times last time around in the Premier League. Neither did Junior Firpo, but it's experience that they've gained, and I'd be fine with Struijk as a squad player. You look at the midfield, Tanaka. He looks like he has got that talent for the Premier League. Ampadu, it's not everybody's cup of tea, but he's his captain, and I think he's a great midfielder. Igruevs, I think we keep him as a squad option, and then we maybe add another couple of midfielders, top quality. Again, Solomon. If we don't sign Solomon, we need maybe a top quality winger as well, just to bolster the wing options with James, Nonto, and Rabazani. Excuse me. 10. We need a 10 now. Brendan Aronson, does he go? I don't know. I think if we get offers for him, yes, sell him. I think he's just not strong enough for the Premier League. He'll get pushed off the ball too easily. He did in the Championship. Could he be an option off the bench in some situations? Possibly. And like I said, we need a good squad. Maybe keep Brendan Aronson then. But again, if we can get some money for him, I'd sell him just to help them with other transfers in better players that we need. New number 9 we need, as Joseph, for me, should go out on loan, get some experience in the Championship. I'd love that. I can't see which team wouldn't want him. Patrick Bamford's time at Leeds is over for me. It should have been a few seasons ago. It's just we need to get him off the wage bill. Let him go on a free. Why not? Pay his contract off. Let him go. Pirot, for me, we keep. I think Pirot has got the attributes for the Premier League, and I think he's got a calm head, especially in front of goal, which is what we're going to need next season. But we do need a different type of striker. Obviously, the links to Beto. It's not everybody's cup of tea, but he's a striker that I've been calling for a long time, just to give us that extra option. Physical, strong, pacey, loves getting in behind. Goal scoring record's not fantastic, but it's that type of player I would like, because tactically we are going to need to change. We're probably going to have to look at more of an counter-attacking team. Do we change formation? I'd love to go 3-5-2. I really would go 3 at the back in the Premier League. In that sense, then we would, you'd have Rodon, your main striker, whoever that's going to be, and then possibly a Struijk, or even Ampadu can play there. And it gets Ampadu in that side and allows a better midfielder to come in and play in that team alongside a Tanaka or Gruev, or even get 2 new midfielders. I mean, we've been linked with a lot of players. Doucouré from Everton as well on a free. There will be some free transfers in there. It makes sense. It really does. As much as we've got all this money to spend, we can't blow it. We've got to be sensible with it. And I'd like to retain some of it for the January transfer window, just in case. Just in case we need to change manager. Just in case we we get injuries and we need to bring players in. So for me, we have to be really sensible financially. But it's exciting. Again, it's with the stadium plans for the new stadium build. I mean, what they say, it's not going to be fully ready till what 2030. That seems ages away. They're going to, they are going to start it. Is it beginning next season or something like that? 2028, we're going to sort of start seeing it all come together. Even 2028 seems ages away, doesn't it? You think they can just throw these stadiums up, but they can't. A lot of planning's got to go into it. But the designs and the concept of it all looks amazing and fantastic. So what a season! And I can't have any higher praise for the squad. It's been a fantastic effort by all, and these players are going to be remembered for time now. They've wrote the names in the history books, and some of them will go down as probably legends, a bit like the Bielsa squad. They're not all going to be here, but they're going to be fondly remembered. So well done, Leeds United. Well done, all you fans as well, for going to away games and all the home games and packing the stadium out. And yeah, it's just been a blast. So well done all. That's it for me. We'll see you tomorrow, late night Leeds with Matty on Imagine Not Being Leeds and Adam. So looking forward to that, to catch up with the boys. I will see you soon. Ciao.